Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I got some new makeup recently and I wanted to do a little bit of a road test with it because they kind of look like neat little palettes, and again, like usual, I want them to work. So what I have here is the Maybelline City Mini Palettes, and I got this one, which is called Downtown Sunrise. I did get another one of these. I actually got two of them. The other one is kind of a purple. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But I am going to road test this one today because I'm going out to dinner with some friends, and I figured this would be the perfect time to give it a try. So what I will do is I will find out how well it goes on, pretty much if anybody tells me my makeup looks funky, and how well it holds up to the hibachi girl at Konki. So let's go ahead and get some of this on, and we will start the road test. Okay, so all the makeup is on, and the first thing I can tell you is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see how lovely and vibrant that looks back there? And I know there's all kinds of different, like, I don't know what's going on with the crease here and all that. And it looks like there's some yellow over here, which none of that is in here. As you can see, this is, let me take it out so you can actually see it without the glare. Wouldn't that make sense? That would make sense, which is why I didn't think to do it in the first place. Come out. Okay, so this is what it looks like without that glare. Okay, it's mostly pinks and browns, as you can see, and it's supposed to be where this is the base color up here, and then these two here are your choices for the lid, and then these two here are the choices for the crease, and then this is supposed to be an eyeliner. So now the ones that I used, obviously I used the base color here. I used this pink color here for the lid, and then I used this pinkish orange salmon whatever for the crease, and I used this for the liner. Now I can tell you, and you can probably see for yourself, what is pictured here is not what's on my face. Okay, the pigmentation on it is okay. Okay, it's sort of like a I don't know, I guess you could say it's a summertime pigment. It's very light. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it. I will try to post some pictures, but that's what it looks like. It went on okay. It was very blendable. There was a lot of fallout. I will be completely honest with you. There was an awful lot of fallout. And one of the things that I did notice was having older skin, my eyelids tend to be a little looser than somebody who's 20 years old. So what I found is that it was a little bit harder to get it into some of the areas where, while I'm putting on my makeup, it sort of folds and creases and stuff like that. So I ended up with a lot of skips, especially towards the outside portion of my eyelids, which was okay. I was able to work it out, but I had to use my finger instead of using the brush to actually fix those sections. And I also noticed that any fine lines that I did have, it seemed to really highlight them, which, I gotta be honest with you, I was very angry because I discovered some fine lines that I didn't even know were there. Okay, but it's okay. Blended it out, used my finger, got everything in place. This is the final product. So, let's go out, hit the town, see what happens. Like I said, I am going to be sitting, I don't know if any of you have ever been to a Japanese hibachi, but it's actually, they cook the meal right in front of you at the table. So I'm going to be sitting in front of a grill all night. So let's see how this holds up. Okay, so we are back, and it looks like the makeup has held up. I will include some photographs there for you. Now, like I said, really the only thing I'm really kind of upset about is the pigment. Because, I mean, when I bought this stuff, I was really, really excited about the way it looked on the package. And I need to stop doing that, because that's like judging a book by its cover. But I was really excited about this. I mean, this, you know, got the little flap on it and everything. I looked at the back. I was like, oh, that looks so nice. And that looks so hot. I want my eyes to look like that. And I need to stop doing that, because it never comes out looking like that. They've got all these editing tricks, and they've got all these little fancy fun tricks and everything. And it doesn't look anything like that. It's not this pigmented at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm thinking there are colors in here that aren't even in this palette. So, I've spent some time thinking about it tonight. And there are some tricks that you can do to, obviously, a lot of people know the tricks already. There are tricks that you can do to make your eyeshadow a little bit more pigmented. And I thought, rather than just doing a road test, because unfortunately, being the restaurant that I was in, there wasn't a whole lot of light. Okay, so I tried taking more pictures than I actually ended up taking, and I was not happy with the lighting. You really couldn't see what was happening with the makeup. We were in company, and in all honesty, if you've never been in Konki or a place like it, like a hibachi Japanese restaurant, it is extremely loud in there. So there was no possibility of me making videos or, you know, doing any kind of clips of it. So I kind of had to run with what I had. So what I thought was, because I am so distraught that it doesn't look like this, I would kind of like this to be a little bit more pigmented than it actually is. Okay, so I thought we would play with some of the little techniques we have, and two of the best techniques that could also be, I guess, lazy girl ideas would be these two guys right here. You've got the white that you can put underneath as a base, which will make it brighter, or you can do black, which you can put underneath, which will make it darker. So I figured, let's go ahead and give it a try. I have never tried the black eyeliner trick. I have done the white, but I have not done the black, so I figured, let's go ahead and give this a try. This stuff might not be pigmented enough to hold up to the black eyeshadow, so I'm thinking it's probably going to end up looking really, really stupid, but it's going to hold up just fine to the white. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my eyeshadow, and we're going to redo it. I'm going to put this on as the white base underneath, and then we are going to put this stuff back on and see if it actually looks any different than it is now. This is makeup that we can run with. The glitteriness on it is at a minimal. It doesn't crease. It seems to be pretty good. Like I said earlier, it's easy to put on. It's nice and soft. It feels good on the face. But let's go ahead and make it a little bit more pigmented so that it's actually something that we can use straight out of the drugstore. We are going to use, for this one, we are using, this is the NYX stick in Milk. It's the jumbo eye pencil, and it's in Milk. As you can see here, maybe if my camera lets you rate it, maybe not. Nope. This is also a drugstore thing, so this shouldn't be a problem. I am using Urban Decay's 24/7 Velvet Glide On Eye Pencil, which is not drugstore, but you can easily get something at the drugstore that's black. I just don't have a whole lot of black eyeliner because I don't wear it. So I bought this for a Halloween costume several years ago. So it's, yeah, that might not even work out. Look at that. Look at the tip on that thing. Woo, I think there's even, ooh, there's some purple in it. Pretty. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. Let's take off the eyeshadow and we'll start with the white. See where we can go from there.
Jag är identitet och kameran kommer runt det är personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själva in på den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara det nog bättre. 5, 4. Den är tid. Jag kan hålla det själva från. Helvete. Nej, hit om det. Ja, jag vet. Jag är identitet och kameran kommer runt det är personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själva in på den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara det nog bättre. 5, 4. Den är tid. Jag kan hålla det själva från. Helvete. Nej, hit om det. Ja, jag vet. Jag är identitet och kameran kommer runt det är personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själva in på den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara det nog bättre. 5, 4. Den är tid. Jag kan hålla det själva från. Helvete. Nej, hit om det. Ja, jag vet. Jag är identitet.
Okay, so I only did the one eye with the white. And I think it worked. I think we got a little bit more pigmentation. I'll show you the photograph in case this doesn't really show up all that well. I didn't put on the brown as an eyeliner, but I did put a little bit in the corner. I dusted off some excess, and then I put a little bit in the crease to give it more of that look that they've got going on here. Because as you can see, they've got like this really dark crease going on here and in the corner, which I didn't go that dark, but I did go a little bit darker than I had been. So I used the same colors that I used before, which was the base color here. Okay, I used this base color, and then I put this all over the lid, and then I came in and I put this in and used it as more of a transition than a crease. But I did put that all over the crease, and then I did just a light dusting of this as the actual main crease color rather than using it as an eyeliner. And I think it turned out pretty well. I think it's definitely worth it, but if you're going to get the palette, obviously you need to invest in one of these if you want to get it to come out looking like this. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit not pigmented enough. This dark brown down here is pigmented just fine. Okay, that's a real deep pigment, so if you're going to try to do this particular look, you're going to definitely need that white because it's going to be way more pigmented than all the other colors in there, and it's going to end up looking a little wonky, is the best I can say. So, I have a free eye. I don't have much in here. I don't know what happened to my sharpener. So, I'm going to have to kind of work with what I have here with this Urban Decay. I'm going to put the black on the other side. I'm going to use exactly the same colors that I used over here. And we're going to see what happens over on this eye with this stuff underneath it. As I said, I have never actually used this trick before. I know it has been done. I know it can be done. I think it usually has to be done with a little bit heavier pigment stuff just to make it a little darker. I don't know that it's going to work all that well on this. So this could be like an ultimate epic fail. But we like ultimate epic fails. This is YouTube. So let's go ahead and give it a try. And here we go. That didn't even pretend to work. Okay, so what we're going to do is instead I'm going to throw that to the side. It needs to be sharpened. I don't know what happened to my sharpener, so whatever. I still have this lying around from the last video, and there is the color Luna in here. So what I am going to do is I am going to apply Luna with my finger and see if we can get it to go that way, because why not? Alright, here we go.
Jag är identitet och kameran kommer runt det är personer som tar över. Jag är med sig själva in på den rum. Men jag kan ändå vara det nog bättre. 5, 4.
Okay, so that didn't work. Okay, just so you guys see what I did put on the black from BH Cosmetics. That was that Luna color. Now, what I used was, obviously I put on the base here. That obviously didn't have much effect at all on that black. I did try to use this pink here, which I showed the brush, and it might be a little too fast for you to actually see it, but like a humongous chunk of this just broke off in the brush. And I tried to put it on there, and it just didn't work at all. I did go ahead and I put this in the crease just to see if maybe it would offset. No, it was absolutely awful. There, I can see the fallout without even having a mirror. I can see it. But that didn't work at all. So what I did was I went back in with this color, and I went over the whole thing, and that's how you get, well... It was kind of showing up a little bit before, but then I went in with the brown here, and I did the crease. That didn't work out so well with that dark brown and the dark black on my eye. It just sort of muddled it all together, and it ended up looking like I smeared gravy on my eyelid or something like that. So there you go. That's how awful that looks. That was an epic fail. I don't know, maybe kind of would have worked if I hadn't put the brown on, but in all honesty, that would have ended up just being a one-color look. You know, that would have been, you know, the base coat and then that coral color. No, for this palette, I'm definitely going to say stay away from the black, but go for the white. Definitely, this is a go. This helps it a whole lot. Should also help with creasing. If you have any issues with creasing, it should help with that. And it also helps to fill in some of the fine lines. But you do obviously have to check, go back in with your finger, pat the whole thing down. You definitely want to pat this down as well. Now, as you probably saw when I did this, I put it on my eyelid. I put the white all over my eyelid up into my crease area, and then I used my finger to kind of pat it down and smooth it out, and I moved it all the way up to my eyebrow. And you can kind of see the effect that that had. It kind of gives you a highlight so you can skip putting a highlight on, I guess. You don't have to put on anything extra as far as a highlight goes. But yeah, this works. The black doesn't, at least not for this palette. And that's pretty much it. So we're full of epic fails, but we did get some good stuff out of this. I do recommend this. I do like the palette. I think it went on fairly well. It's cheap. Obviously, I mean, like I said, that the light pink kind of broke apart. I don't know. Let me show you guys. This is, I've done 3 applications with this, and you've seen all of them. And this is what the palette now looks like. Okay, so you've got, it's not really going to focus. You can't really see it. There it goes. You can kind of see it on the coral. That is really beat up. And the light pink is like horrendously beat up. I mean, that looks awful. And we're looking, you know, I think it's 3, maybe 4 applications that I've done. How many applications did I do in this video? I have no idea. I'm having like an epic brain fart. But, you know, it's cheap. It's falling apart. But it goes on well. It doesn't seem to crease. It held up to the heat very well. It's on top of, like, being right there in front of the hibachi. It was hot and humid and just nasty and gross and North Carolina-ish. So it, you know, it held up very well to all of that. I did have an issue at one point while I was out where I guess an eyelash fell into my eye and my eye started to water. I didn't have any problems. I also didn't rub my eye. I kind of tried to keep it down here, and then I kind of patted my eye with my napkin. It didn't seem to smear the makeup. It didn't seem to make it crack. It still seemed very smooth and powdery when I got home. But if you are looking for something that's ultra pigmented, this is probably not going to suit you. As I said, it's actually really nice for the summertime. It's a light coloration, so it's very good. If you want it to be a little bit more pigmented, go for the white. But if you want it to be ultra pigmented, you're not going to get that out of this palette. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I do try to make at least 1 video every week. I fail sometimes, but I am trying. I'm trying. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.